Because people are calling 911, I'm to assume. Um, you're probably thinking about that stuff in the microwave too, huh? It's beeping and stuff. You can notice I'm not even worried about it, right? I don't want to boast or anything, but it's like, I know it's going to be good looking, and I know it's going to be delicious. The only thing I don't know is how I'm going to brush my teeth, make some toast, and take care of all this other rubbish. I just want to finish getting stuff into my bag. It's basically packed. I want to just get out onto the trail. Need to eat something before, and it's 1:20. It's time to pray, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is as follows. A little bit of knowledge goes a long way, don't you understand that? A little bit of knowledge goes a long way. It goes a very fucking long way, because a little bit of knowledge has come all the way from Socrates to us. A little statement here, a little snippet there, snippet of wisdom. You see, the motivational gurus have basically taken what Aristotle said. Aristotle was it Plato who was Socrates' student? He wrote the diatribes or dialects or what have you. I haven't read much of that stuff, but I have read some of it. You'd be stupid if you haven't read any Socrates. You'd be stupid if you haven't read the Tao Te Ching or the Bhagavad Gita. You'd be stupid if you haven't read Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching again. The point is, I'm going around in circles because that's the whole thing. The world is going around in circles. History is repeating itself. You know, you're going through stages in your life, and then you realize they're the same fucking phases and stages. Then what? Don't you understand that once you've mastered the circle, you break out of it? A little bit of knowledge goes a long way. I know, therefore, all I know is I don't know, says Socrates. That's what I live by. I was saying there's 3 things that you need to impinge into your head. You see how God saved me in that one? I don't know anything, I cannot do anything, and I am nothing, basically. You start with I'm nothing, and I know nothing, and I can do nothing. I might drop dead here at the next moment. Anyone who has a brain will understand that's a valid statement. Therefore, I can do nothing that goes out the door. We don't have to worry about that one. I know nothing. Okay, I know nothing. So you'll say, well, I know my name. What's a name? It's a damn word. Like this is microwave. This is microwave, right? What the hell is it? Okay, so do you understand there's an infinite number of ways of approaching what the hell this is? It's a square, it's a box. Why is it a box? Why is it not long? All that kind of shit. If you know about this thing that you call microwave, you should know all of that. Is it made out of plastic? What kind of plastic? Where did it come from? Who branded it? How did it get here? Where is it going next? Do you really know about it? You know a word. You know something that is a label. It really is a line out of a mystical jibber jabber jumbo jet-lined book that fucking sells scad loads, but nobody really understands, or do they? You might have a minor epiphany. You can look at it first. Oh well, I'm looking at it through the camera, but if you don't think this is something that you might get at Denny's, then you're a damn winnie baggy. Okay, that's my new fucking phrase. It means nothing, and it's going to offend a lot of fucking people, because I'm going to say it to every fucking person now. I call people assholes and cunts and bitches. I should just say you're a damn winnie baggy, because it doesn't really matter. Like, I call people fuckers, and they mind that shit. Why should you mind it? You're the one who like is gloating over this shit. Anyway, this is another little piece of art over there, or a piece of fart, really. You'd be like, fart, oh, he's being supposedly self-diminishing again and all this rubbish. First of all, I don't suppose to be self-diminishing. I'm worthless. I'm worthless. That's the last one, okay? So, I'm worthless. I'm worthless. So, alright, so what have I done? What did Hitler do? What has anyone done? What is anything worth? You're like, well, I made a little pile of cash. I fucking paid off some bank's bills. What else? It's all rubbish, don't you understand? You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that we'll make their deeds just like ash that's scattered in the wind or some shit. Like you take a piece of paper, put it on a rock and burn it. What happens to the ash? It gets scattered. So on the other hand, you got a lady like Mother Teresa. I'm just thinking this, it's probably right. I'm trying to map, by the way, places I've been on here, and it's like Zoo Road. So Zoo Road, we've done this. We were there yesterday. And this star, I have no idea what the star is. Trailhead parking. Alright, well, that's good. That's all done. And then it goes off into nowhere, but here's the trail. Okay, Orchid Trail, so that's down there, that's downhill. Okay, Orchid Trail's downhill. Now, what I'm looking for, oh wait, the train tracks. Okay, Orchid Trail starts from here. Train tracks, alright, and I've been perhaps up to there, and then something like this. That's all we've done. And by the way, by the time you get down, okay, down there, maybe. Yeah, down there. What's this? Oh, what's this purple thing? The thing is, like, the fucking map is so confusing, and you're like, oh, it's so damn interesting. Fuck. You get out there, there's like frogs, like from the Amazon. My wife comes riding back up the trail, excited and jibber jabbering about, oh, there's all these little frogs and things, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And I go there, and it's just this big puddle, and these creatures are like, basically they sit along the edges so that they can stick their nose out and breathe. I was telling her that amphibians need to breathe air, like reptiles, not like fish, of course. Some other sea creatures, they can stay under the water. So they're so smart. Little cute fucking frog reminded me of a shirt I had with a lovely Amazonian frog on it. I told her that Vancouver has the only Amazonian. Got to clean all this rubbish up too. It's always work. But you understand, work is life. That's the new catchphrase of the day. Life is work and work is life. That's all it is. I should tweet this shit, but for the fact that I'm on the phone with you. I'm on the phone with you, dear viewer. You understand this shit? I'm giving up praying right now, eating and all this rubbish just to talk to you. And that's how an artist lives. I get on a bus, I'll start talking to someone, I'll leave my bag on there, I'll get off on the wrong stop or miss my stop and all this rubbish. I got on a bus the other day going the fucking wrong way. How the hell does that happen? The wrong way. Like wrong way meaning I was at Finch Station, I took the 36 West instead of the 53 East, and this is like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock. And it's like, I'm screwed. I gotta say something about TTC service. I told the driver this, I'm like, I'm going the wrong way. And I stood there with my ticket or whatever. He didn't even look at me. He didn't even fucking look at me. Now, granted, I was on the phone with my friend Matt, and in hindsight, he probably thought I was on the phone, but whatever, right? I mean, finally, I gave a speech. I fucking turned around and let him have it, which is nothing. And my captive audience, as in the bus, heard me going ranting and raving about this idea I have called Make a Smile or something. Make a Smile campaign is essentially, well, what it is Make a Smile campaign. So what it is really what you're trying to do is, you're trying to get TTC Cretan service providers to smile. And because there's no known way of making that happen, I'm sure Karen Stintz has had a go at it multiple times, in multiple ways, and all this rubbish after parking her bike and paying her bylaw tickets and whatnot. If she hasn't, it's not a bad idea to get some of these guys smiling. Make a Smile campaign. How do you get a driver who's been working 9 to 12 hours, putting up with Cretan like me, average of one of these guys apparently every day getting assaulted, which is what's reported. As we know, what's reported is basically the, you know, the underlying, the line under like the stats of what's really actually going on. So you put up posters on these buses, and it's got a smiley face. It says make a smile, and then it says make someone happy, some shit like that. And by the way, the poster comes after the driver, and as you get on the bus, he's like this. I says, show him your teeth. This is probably menacing to you. I'll try and do it again. It's very hard when you know people are paying attention, even though I don't know if you are really paying attention at this point. You're probably like, whatever. Anyway, I hope you're not putting anything else up there apart from your finger, if you know what I mean. You got a smile, smiling driver, hello. He doesn't have to say nothing, he just has to go like this. Show him your teeth. Alright, worst comes to worst, these guys are going to get crinkles on their damn cheeks or some damn shit like that. You're the ones who say that frowning uses all the muscles in your face and fucking smiling doesn't, or some shit. Hey, listen, everyone knows smiling's good for you, right? If we got to start mincing words around why it's good or why it's bad or rubbish like that, then, you know, there's no damn hope for Toronto in that case. Anyhow, the poster's there, the guy smiles. So the point of it is this. These are just conservative or rough estimate statistics based on gleanings of mine, Gleanings, over some time living in Toronto. What it is, by the way, is something that a guy called Mike, who was a trainer of mine at Just Energy, would say. He'd walk up to a door and he'd knock it, and he'd be like, I'm here to make sure you're getting money back on your gas bill. Can you go and get it for me? And then they'd be like, they'd give you this look. And most of those doors have been knocked, and I would say a good half to a majority of the people that you knock, whose door you knock, think you're like some shyster. SHYSTER. Like some guy who's basically there to do him in. Financially or something. It doesn't matter, it's all rubbish, right? So they'd start giving him whatever came out of their mouth. And he was the one who basically ingrained into me the concept of agree and redirect. So no matter what they tell you, they'll be like, but I'm cooking my noodles. I'm cooking my noodles right now. You're meant to say, great, that's awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the energy off your bill or the money off your bill, and you pay more energy, you pay more money. You're not paying smart meter rates. You know how you have to turn your thingy on and off at night and all this rubbish just to not use peak rates. This is a game of Scrabble, and I'm like fucking jerked off that one of my damn roommates keeps ruining this stuff. Right? Like, so basically I had it going on with one of these guys. I made some words on here, and I came back, and then obviously there were new words made, and it was kind of like changed my words around. That's, I mean, the whole concept is not to score it or anything. That comes later. By the way, among other things, I'm a game development consultant. What the fuck does that mean? I have no clue. I snowboard and skateboard, did, when I was a kid. Although I was on a board just like 2 days ago, but that's neither here nor there. I need a smoke so bad, dear viewer, and I need to eat that shit, and you're going to have to put up with it. It's 26 minutes. Can you believe this shit? And then it's like, oh, find what you're passionate about and all this shit. And then one of the goddamn metrics is that time flies. It's like it flies when it's like the law of opposites. I got to write the book. I realized I got to write the book, Law of Opposites. I already went over this with you. You must have seen this. Law of opposites. The better you are, the worse people are to you. The more good you are, the harder life is. Or better or good, you exchange those words. The more good you are to people, the worse they are with you. And I don't mean person to person, like you smiling and being polite with someone and he slapping you across the head. No, I mean in general. In general. And that puts in two, by the way. That puts in two, because love and hate coexist. Listen, I don't want to stop on part one. Just let me go through 4 parts, dear viewer, will you? Will you just listen to me for once? They're like, well, that's what we're here for, that's what we're doing, right? This guy's the man. Poe. Poe was discovered by Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft. And H.P. Lovecraft was 8 when he discovered Edgar Allan Poe. This thing over here is a piece of art to try and get my stupid roommate not smoking cigarettes, which is that's a filter from a cigarette. It's like they put filters in it. It means they're killing you from the other end, right? Don't you understand how stupid it is? It's damn marketing like fucking Windows. Everything in Microsoft is from another company. I'll just make that statement, and Steve Ballmer can have his Jolly Rogers nicked out and put over his manicured feet along with some Tonga water if he wants to and does not like it. Everything Microsoft does is somebody else's idea. They have no concept of innovation in that company. Steve Jobs invented the graphical user interface, aka Windows, and yes, it looked like a fucking window, okay? Because prior to that, it was just like these things on the screen, command lines. You've seen this shit, right? When Windows is not working, what do? You fucking go to the command line and look for your files and start pinging in an IP this and IP that. So stupid, man. On the other hand, the mouse, what a fine invention. I would love to say that Microsoft came up with that as an addendum to Windows. No. Apple came up with the mouse. Here's how it is now. I was trying to use my wife's computer yesterday and I couldn't use it. I fucking couldn't use it. It was a Windows machine. It was a Windows machine. It has a mouse pad with obviously no buttons. They used to have buttons, but they got rid of them. So they actually spent time and development effort getting rid of stuff they'd already developed, trying to stay ahead of some other guy by the name of Steve Jobs. It's all rubbish. It's all rubbish. The thing is that time does tell. You know, one of our Imams has said, peace be upon them all. So I'm a Shia Muslim, a Mozhead, as I call myself nowadays, a Mozhead. You know, I've shaved my head. I don't know if that's symbolic of anything, but whatever, I'm a Mozhead. And well, it is what it is, right?